Hello everybody, I hope that your day has been fantastic so far. Today is a little bit of a more different video than usual. I was actually tagged in an ASMR tag video. So this is kind of cool. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna pause down a bit. Okay. This is kind of cool because it's a little different than usual, and I am going to be talking for the entire video, so I figured going into the whisper after soft speaking like this would be very nice, like a nice little touch, you know. So today's video is different, as I said, because of the ASMR tag. If you are not familiar with the ASMR tag, GB is the one who started it, I'm pretty sure. And what it is there are 25 questions that, as an ASMR artist, you are to answer in this video. So, how you participate is either you start your own tag and start tagging other ASMR artists, or you are tagged in a video. So I just want to say thank you so much to Celestial Dynasty for tagging me in this video, or in their video I should say. Thank you so much, because I find these videos fun. They are exciting. It is new content that you guys get to watch, and it is a nice little way for you guys to get to know a little bit more about me as well. So it is 25 questions, and I have my questions, not mine, the questions written down on a piece of paper. Because I only have access to one phone, so I can't look up. I mean, I could have typed it out on my computer now that I think about it, but you know what? This is nicer. It's fine. I did type it out on my new notepad that I got from TJ Maxx. There are 2 that it came with. There was a naughty list, as this one is the naughty list. Naughty list. And then there was a nice list, or there is a nice list that I have on my desk as well. So, to get started with this video, as it will probably be a little bit longer than most videos, the first question is, when was the first time you experienced ASMR? So the first time I experienced ASMR, it took me a bit of time to kind of figure this out, the answer to this question, because I experienced ASMR when I was a kid, and I didn't know, I guess, that it was like ASMR. Like in elementary school, when we used to trace letters on the back of our hoodies or shirts, and we would try to figure out what letter was traced on our backs. And I was like, oh, this is kind of relaxing. We all love doing it. And then there were also other times where I would struggle to fall asleep. Sometimes, it's just life. And I would kind of gently on my arm, I would kind of just very, very lightly, I would just kind of go across my forearm. And if you do this, at least for me, it is very like relaxing. Like it feels very calming. So I would actually fall asleep to that. So those were the first times that I experienced ASMR, I would say. I'm sure, there are many other times that I had ASMR experiences that I didn't even know were ASMR experiences until, you look back and you're like, wait a minute, I guess that is ASMR. ASMR is not only auditory, as it's the most common one, but you do have like the visual triggers and other things like that as well. So that kind of like they all tie in together. So yeah, I would say that's probably the first time I experienced ASMR. The next question is when was the first time you watched ASMR on YouTube? The first time I watched ASMR on YouTube, I don't remember the specific time. I do know I was in high school at the time, and that's because when I was in high school, we were sitting at the lunch table and somebody was like, "Oh, listen to this video, listen to this. It's kind of creepy and spooky." And I was like, "What?" Like, okay, I guess. So I put in headphones and it was somebody whispering from ear to ear for a barbershop roleplay. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool and weird. Like, they're over here, but now they're over here. And that was the first time I heard ASMR. Now, the first time I actually watched ASMR, I believe was, I don't know the specifics again, but it was around like high school. And, turn this a little bit. It was around high school, and it was pretty interesting because I never, watched it, but then when I heard it and watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what that was. That was ASMR. And my sibling watched ASMR before I did, and they knew what ASMR was, and they were like, oh yeah, that's ASMR. And I was like, so like, what is it? And they started explaining it to me, and it just started to make so much more sense as to what it was and everything. So I started watching it to see if I would like it and get into it. And yeah, so that was when I watched ASMR for the first time. So I'm trying to think. I don't remember if it's a part of a question, but the first ASMR channel that I watched was Very Shar ASMR. I would get so many tingles and so many, so much relaxation to the point where my hands would feel tingly in them, and so would my feet, but it would be in like a great like relaxation feeling, and it wasn't like weird or creepy, anything like that. So I love Very Shar's channel. Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite unintentional ASMR video? So this question is in reference to a video that you watched that it wasn't technically ASMR, but it gave you those ASMR, like that feeling or that, relaxation. And this is a good question. I would say that to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that there were some videos that I would watch that, they were pretty relaxing. Usually they were more like arts and crafts kind of videos or something like that, or you know, learning how to do like fabric, like sewing fabric, or even sometimes like makeup videos. You know, they would put like the pop music and stuff in their videos, but at the same time, I thought it was pretty relaxing to watch, so it would make sense. Question number 4. Name the last 5 ASMR artists you have watched. So, the most recent ASMR artist I've watched is Batala ASMR. I've been watching Batala for a couple years and I love her channel. She has some awesome videos and she has tons of content, so there's so many things to watch on her channel. And I watched her fabric, like her clothing fabric video from like 2 years ago today. I just really wanted fabric sounds and like that I wanted to listen to, so I was like, let me look it up. And one of her videos popped up and I was like, you can't go wrong with Batala. You cannot go wrong with Batala. So yeah, I watched Batala. Also, if you haven't seen some of her role plays, go check them out. I usually certain role plays, of course, I watch just to like crack up because she got me rolling with the like jokes and stuff she throws in there. I'll start rolling. She got me laughing. The next one I have watched recently is Good Night Moon. Good Night Moon has some really nice, cozy ASMR videos. So I recently was watching some of their fall ASMR videos because I was in the mood for fall. And they have like cozy cottage kind of ASMR videos. And they also have some other kinds of videos that are like that, cozy, or a certain kind of theme. So I've been watching their videos a little bit more lately. The next person I've watched is Celestial Darkness. So I have been watching their channel because they tagged me and I was curious, and I actually watched their entire tag video and I got some pretty great tingles from that video, which I haven't gotten in a long while. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch their channel from now on. And then today I discovered a new channel for myself. It's Ani ASMR. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing their channel name correctly, but AENANI ASMR. And I came across their channel. Honestly, I'm not even sure how. I don't remember. But it was pretty cool because their whole channel is just roleplay videos. So today I watched the ASMR adoption. Oh yeah. ASMR Pokemon adoption video. It was very cute, very adorable. So if you do want to watch, more roleplay videos, go ahead and check out their channel. I also do recommend going to their channel or heading that way if you do like The Witcher, because they have a good amount of Witcher roleplays, Skyrim, and other roleplays like that as well. And then lastly, Fairy Shar ASMR. I still to this day watch Fairy Shar. She gives me this very happy feeling when I watch her videos. It's like I go to her channel to, feel good, comfy, and cozy. There's something about her videos that I feel really kind of bring like that cozy vibe. And then she always has her bracelet on, so that adds some nice kind of, extra ASMR flair to her videos. She also does the soft talking into whispers as well, which I didn't realize I kind of really liked until I started watching Gwen Quiz ASMR recently as well. And she does that, which I really like. So those are my 5 ASMR artists that I have recently watched. Again, they are Batala ASMR, Good Night Moon, Celestial Darkness, and Ani ASMR, and Fairy Shar ASMR. Question number 5. What is your favorite ASMR trigger to listen to? My favorite ASMR trigger to listen to is definitely breathy whispers. I love breathy whispers. So, when I reference the breathy whispers, I mean like, in your ears, full on breathy whispers. So like, when they're like really up close and they're in your ears, and it sounds like this. I really like when whispers are like this because I find it very, 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 very relaxing when there's like a lot of like breath with the whisper, but they also do have to be like what's the word I'm looking for? Like full words that you can hear. I'm not a fan of when like you can barely hear the words and it's super slow, but I'll get that like that answer in a question a little later. But I do love the breathy whispers. That's why I try to provide it for you guys as well. Alright, question number 6. What is your least favorite ASMR trigger and to listen to and do it? Alright, so my least favorite ASMR trigger to listen to is kissing sounds. I don't know what it is. I don't know, maybe it's a little too personal or something, but I do not like kissing sounds. But I shall do it because that is part of the question. So like kissing sounds, people are like, hey, it just feels weird. I don't like it. Or like sometimes you like people will they will like do the kissing sounds and like they'll add like a little like flair to it, if that makes sense. And I'll be like I do not like that at all. Oh my gosh, okay. that was a little to me, but I don't even like when I do it, but I don't like listening to it either. So the next question on our lovely list of Q&A is, do you use ASMR to relax or fall asleep? So I actually listen to ASMR pretty much every single night. I am one of those people, I've said it many times, where I really do like to listen to different ASMR videos like every single day. So with that being said, I have a lot of ASMR artists that I listen to and have found them over the years, and I'm still finding them to this day, as I mentioned before. But yes, I definitely listen to it to fall asleep. I listen to it to relax sometimes I listen to it when I'm doing my makeup. It all depends on my mood, but I pretty much listen to it every night. Next question number 8. I can count, guys. It's okay, I can count. I just lost my place. Question number 8. What is your bedtime routine? To be honest, I don't really have one right now. I used to have one when I felt like I was a little more set on a schedule. But right now I'm kind of working from home, so I can just roll out of bed and be like, I'm at work. So I don't really have one. But if I am trying to be more strict with myself as to like, hey, you need to be in bed by a certain time. My goal to be in bed is 10 or 10:30 because it takes me quite a while to fall asleep. Usually, even with ASMR, it will take me about 30 to 40 minutes to even just fall asleep if I'm laying in bed. So I will try to have myself in bed by around 10:30. And if I'm trying to like get myself like prepared for bed, I will of course shower. I'd say I'd shower between like 8 or 9, and then around like 9 to 9:30 I will read a book to try to help myself go to sleep. So I'll read like for an hour or so, put that away, and then put on an ASMR video to listen to so that I can go ahead and have some assistance to fall asleep. But yeah, other than that, like I don't really have like a strict bedtime routine. I think it's because, I don't really have like a set, like full on set schedule. But yeah, if I do, say like, hey, I want to make sure I'm in bed by this time, that's usually like my time range, that kind of thing. So, question number 9 is, what is your favorite trigger to do, and do it? So, I would say my favorite trigger to do is the breathy whispers, just because I know like how great it can sound, like when somebody else is listening to it, or even sometimes when I'm listening to the videos, it just sounds so lovely. I really love that. I also do love like the fluffy mic scratching, or even just like kind of like anything that can really get you like up and in the microphone, or like in your ears, things like that. I like doing those because I know like I know how much I like them, so I'm like, I know somebody's gonna like this. The next question we have is the next question we have is question 10. What is your least favorite trigger to do, and do it? So I would say my least favorite trigger to do, aside from like the kissing sounds, because I just don't do that one, to be honest. I just don't do the triggers, like the kissing trigger sounds. But I would say other than that, my least favorite trigger to do would probably be like wet mouth sounds. I did do an ASMR video where I went ahead and did wet versus dry mouth sounds, and I think it was then when I realized that I wasn't a fan of the wet mouth sounds. I can do dry mouth sounds all day, like the I can do those all day. I'm perfectly fine with them. But like the wet mouth sounds, it's like sounds like that, I usually don't kind of mind. It's just like, I don't know, I feel kind of like awkward doing them in front of a camera. I don't know, it's just like the sounds aren't, you know, the most flattering, so not my favorite to do, I noticed. So I'll stick with the dry ones. Alright, question number 11. How long does it take you to make a video? So it depends. To make a video, it depends on what I'm going for, of course. If I am aiming for, you know, like a kind of like a more casual regular video, it can take me anywhere from, you know, 20, I would say 20 to 35 minutes on average to like record. And I say that because even though you're seeing, you know, the final timestamp on the video when you click on the video, there is usually some extra time that I cut out because I need to edit certain parts out of the video. So, yeah, so I would say maybe like 20 to like 35. But like if we're getting into the technical aspect of it, sorry about that. If we're getting to the technical aspect of it, I would definitely say, oh, that's a good question. I would say with recording and editing, I would probably say, like, depending on how long the video is, for a 20 to 30 minute video, I would say maybe around like 30-40 minutes for a regular video, just because you want to make sure that you scrub through the video and make sure that everything is good, that the harsh sounds that you have aren't, you know, harsh to the ears when you hear it in the video. And if we're talking like a green screen kind of video, I recently kind of figured out how to do green screen pretty well ish. I would say, yeah, compared to like my first green screen video, definitely. And I would say those take me quite a while sometimes to make sure that everything is balanced out. So that can take me about, I would say 2 to 3 hours. Oh my gosh. When you think, like, when you're doing it, you're like, oh, this is awesome. But like, when you think about it, you're like, oh my god, that's a lot of time. And I only say that because it takes me some time to find the green screen background, and then you know, you have to record the video, so I get the setup going, and then I adjust some things in my room, because that's where I record. So I adjust some things in my room, so you know, you don't see the back of my chair, and you know, the lighting is decent. I make sure I'm recording. Yeah, and then after that, recording wise, you match it up on the program. Not recording, editing wise, you match it up on the program, and then you can you know, edit it from there. Make sure that everything looks balanced, equaled out, that kind of stuff is what kind of makes it longer, especially like searching for like the right photo. I know like a lot of people, well, not a lot, but like I know some like ASMRists will pay for their pictures, but if I could find a free one, I will cop that free one. So I do quite a bit of research, searching for some free photos that I can have, or use, I should say. But I always try to give credit, even if it says you don't have to. I try to remember to always give credit, because you know, it's hard out here, you know, getting credit when it's due sometimes. So yeah, and then there was like one other thing I was gonna say. I forgot, but it all depends. It really all depends on what video I'm making, how many triggers I have, if I need to grab the triggers from different areas. And oh, that's what I was gonna say. It also depends on if I am home alone, if I am home but it's kind of quiet around, because if it's not as quiet as you would hope, then it takes a lot longer to record the video and to edit the video as well. So it gets a little tricky sometimes too, trying to figure out the best time to record. And because it's way better to record the video when you'll have to edit way less, because if I do have to edit more, I may just not record at all and record at a different time. So longer than I expected to answer that question. Question number 12. Have you ever gotten tingles from your own videos? I have not. I've never gotten tingles from my own videos. There was like one time that like I got kind of relaxed. I was like, oh, this is nice, but like I've never gotten tingles from my own videos. I don't know if it's because like I know like I did the video, or if it's like you see yourself, so it's different versus watching somebody else's video. But the answer is no. Do you watch your own videos? I do watch my own videos. I don't watch every single one of them, but I do watch some of the videos, especially if they're green screen. If they are green screen videos, I definitely do watch them, just because I'm proud. I do this as a hobby and it's fun to me, so I love watching like the green screen ones, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I did that, like I made that, that's me, yeah. And like when the background works with the video for whatever it is, it's just so much cooler to like watch it, like, oh, like that looks so good, it just changes the whole vibe of the video. It takes you from a regular ASMR video to putting you in a different world for that one video. So I do like that. I'll also watch it just to see what it sounds like on YouTube, because sometimes, which I found this very interesting, but on the programs I use, it's different sound-wise than the way than the way it sounds when it's on YouTube. So I definitely watch it for a couple different reasons, but I would say like, yes, I do watch them, especially like my green screen ones. I'll watch some of it because I'm just proud that I'm like, I did that. The next question is question number 14. What software do you use to edit? So, to edit my sound, I record on Logic. That is because I have an audio background. So I work with Pro Tools, I work with Logic, I've worked with Ableton, which are all DAWs, digital audio workspaces, and I have Logic on the computer, so I record on Logic because I wanted to get more experience using Logic. So I was like, this is my perfect opportunity, So I record on Logic, and I will try and fix whatever sounds too aggressive or too harsh, or whatever's clipping, distorted, anything like that. I will definitely go ahead and fix that and sort that out on Logic before I put it into the video editing software. And the video editing software that I use is DaVinci Resolve. I know a lot of people use other editing softwares, but I use DaVinci Resolve. I'm the type of person who I like to utilize a program and learn more about certain programs. So when I knew that DaVinci Resolve has a free feature that you can download, and it's like all the basics plus a little more, so it's pretty cool. So I use DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos. However, when it comes to green screen, I have found that it is way easier to edit them on iMovie. Again, that is for, Apple and Mac. I saved up for a long while to get a Mac. But, if you have a Mac and you want to start an ASMR channel, or you have one and you want to, take a couple steps further to work on that green screen kind of roleplay, effects, I have found that iMovie works way easier when it comes to green screens. So, regular videos, DaVinci Resolve, green screen. Recently, I've been using iMovie. Yes. Next question is question 15. What time of the day do you film? I typically film at night. And by night, I would say probably around like 8 p.m. is when I'm like, alright, I can, I can record a video now. I'm in the mood. Right now, I think it's like past midnight, but it kind of is just like after 8 p.m. I'd say. I could record in the morning, and I have before, because it is pretty quiet in the mornings here, but at the same time, the lighting is very different in here, so I like recording at night because I can turn on the lights, I can just utilize, my ring light, things like that. But yeah, I usually record at night, usually like after 8 p.m. So that is my like prime ASMR time. I don't know. Next question is question 16. Let me give you some extra. Question 16 is, what is your favorite video that you've made? I would say I feel like I have like a handful. That's because like when you create your own content, you know that you're putting in all this work, and you post it, you're like, I like that, good job. But specifically, like I would say the candle video, which is the very, 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 very first video that I posted on this channel. I really like that one because I had a really great time making it. I was super excited. I didn't know what I was doing. I was figuring things out. I had so many bloopers. It was hilarious. I also do have a blooper video. Following that video, I have a blooper video with all the bloopers from that video. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, it is me talking about my candle collection, and I was trying to light a new one that I got, and unfortunately I ended up blowing out the candle multiple times. Well, not the candle. Well, yeah, I did blow out the candle once, but I ended up like blowing out the what's the word? The match, because the match sounds so nice. So I ended up blowing out the match, and it was just too many times. I had matches that would light and then just like fizzle out. So I love that video. I think it also came out really well. I think that's why I really like it. I would say though, another video I really do like is the librarian video that I did recently, like my most recent one. I like that one a lot because that was like the true first time that I was like, oh, I kind of really have the green screen thing down. And that's because with my past green screen videos, I was struggling, and I feel like, I was looking it up, trying to find different, solutions and different ways that I could go ahead and I finally feel like it did, and you know, it actually got a lot more views than I thought it would. I usually post a video with music and then a video without music, because you know, it depends on what mood you're in that day. I know for me, sometimes I want to listen to an ASMR video with music and other times I don't. So you know, why not give you guys the best of both worlds, you know? So I would say right now those are my two top videos. I mean, there's others of course, but those are the two that come to the top of my head right now. The next question is, okay, question 17. Have any of your videos ever had an unexpected negative reaction? No. I've never had an unexpected negative reaction. I did have someone kind of like give their opinion one time about like the video, and it was just kind of, I was like, oh, okay, just because it was more of a fast and aggressive video, and they you know, preferred something different, but you know, if you click on a video that's a little faster, and that's the vibe, it kind of just threw me off a bit. I was like, that's kind of like the vibe of the video. But nothing against that, I mean, perfectly fine. So I was like, no, I've never gotten like an actual like unexpected negative reaction. I appreciate that. Next question is question 18. What videos of yours do you think didn't get the love it deserved? I would say I feel like there's a couple. I would say one of them is the like, I would say, okay, so I don't, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I know there was like one that I was like, oh man, like this was so good, like I felt so good making this, I'm so proud of the way it came out. But I would definitely say like some of my roleplay ones, I'm like, oh man, like I like this one. You know, I hope in the future it gets a lot of love and a lot of views. So yeah, I would say just kind of like, I wish the roleplays would get a little more views. But you know, I know it'll come with time, so I'm not too worried about that. Question 19. What's something the audience doesn't know about the behind the scenes of your channel? I would say you guys probably don't know my green screen setup. The cool thing about my green screen setup is that it's actually a retractable green screen. I really wanted a green screen, so I, you know, mentioned it to my sibling, and they actually got me a really nice one for Christmas. So because I was like, oh, I want one, but I want one that I'll be able to like fold and put away, because my room isn't huge, and you know, I don't have like a huge closet space, so like I don't want to just have it laying around the room, make it look like a mess, you know, or too bulky and have it be awkward. So I have a retractable green screen that I use that you just gotta pull it up, and when you're done you push it back down. It is really awesome. Go check one out if you are looking into green screens. What is the most question 20. What is the most absurd request you received from a subscriber or someone who watches the video? Honestly, I don't think I've ever had like an absurd request. I think, you know, the channel's still in that growing stage where I haven't really hit any like really like absurd requests. So feel free to keep sending them. Not absurd ones, but like, you know, regular requests. Do your family and friends know that you make ASMR? Question 21. My immediate family does know I do ASMR. So they know. Extended family, probably not so much, to be honest. I do have my link tree in my bio on my Instagram. It's also, in the description below if you want to check it out. I do have my ASMR YouTube channel on my link tree, so if they have clicked on it on my Instagram page, then they've probably seen it, or not necessarily probably seen it, but they do potentially know of it. But my extended family doesn't really know, but like my immediate family does, and do my friends know. So I would say, like, only a couple of my friends know, and that's just because, like, those are my close friends. My friends that, like, are close but not, like, close, they're not as close as this whisper. No, I'm playing. I would say that they don't know, or maybe I've mentioned it, but nothing, like, in depth. But I do have a couple people that are my friends that do know I do an ASMR channel, and they're supportive of it, so I'm very thankful for that. Find a hobby that you really like, find something that you like to do, and go for it. So yeah, my immediate family knows, and only a couple friends. So, and it's not like I'm hiding it, it's just like, it doesn't really come up in conversation. So have you ever been recognized in public? Question 22. Not yet. I have not been recognized in public. Question 23. What inspires your videos or your video ideas? I would say watching other ASMR videos definitely inspires me to do certain ASMR videos. Like there was this one video that I watched from Batala ASMR, and she had like a brush and plastic wrap around her microphone, and it sounded so good, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I gotta do the same thing because this is just so good. Like it sounds really good, and I try my best to always either trying to think of the word give someone credit or pick out that specific video and put it in my description, just because it takes time to make these videos, and to give somebody the opportunity to expand their channel for more views, or to provide you guys with amazing tingles or additional tingles is a great opportunity. So I would say sometimes watching other people do videos, there's an ASMR artist called, or her handle is Softly Gloshes ASMR. She does really breathy whispers. So I'm like, oh yeah, sometimes I'll watch her videos and be like, yeah, I want to do a breathy whisper video now. That kind of thing. Or I originally started my ASMR channel with the intent that I would go ahead and provide others with tingles or trigger items, things like that I felt that I didn't really see much of on ASMR. Or when you look for the video, there was very few. So I created the channel with the intent that I would be able to provide you guys with tingles and triggers and things like that you may not always see on other channels, or they're very minimal on other channels, or on YouTube in general, I guess. So my video ideas kind of sometimes come out of the blue, you know. I have a stack of books that I need to put away, and next thing you know, you're doing a librarian roleplay. So it all depends. But honestly, it's kind of like what I feel in the moment, what I feel I haven't done in a while, things I've never done, new trigger items that I find or that I get, things like that. Alright. Question 24. We're almost at the finish line. Where do you find your Can't speak. Where do you find yourself spending the most time online? YouTube. YouTube, I say, not just because I have an ASMR channel, but definitely because I will be watching other ASMRists like every night, or I sometimes will watch Dashi Games or Dashi XP and Cory Genshin Samurai. Slice that like button. Cory Genshin and Dashi are the two top people that I watch on YouTube that are not ASMR, and I watch them pretty frequently, so I would definitely say YouTube. My other one would definitely be TikTok. I think most people know why. Sometimes that For You page feed is just too good to ignore, so definitely TikTok, definitely YouTube. TikTok also because I have videos on there myself. It's not an ASMR TikTok, but it is a, you know, just me TikTok, and it's like me and my music stuff, so that is important to me, and I go ahead and do that kind of stuff as well. So the last question I have is, what advice would you give to someone who wanted to make their own ASMR content? So there's a few things I would say would be, you know, a good idea. One of them is, if you are interested in starting, you know, ASMR content, get the basic necessities. Get a microphone. You know, you need a microphone. Get a microphone, of course. Have a computer that you know can handle the video editing and the audio recording. And I say this because I knew I had a computer that couldn't fully handle the audio software that I had, and I ended up not being able to use 14 videos that I had created. So definitely go ahead and make sure that your audio software is compatible with your computer. Make sure. I knew, and I still tried it out, and it worked a couple times, but after a while it did not work. I would say get some decent lighting. You don't have to do anything too crazy. Just some lights to illuminate your beautiful face, of course. And, you know, find some lighting. I'm still figuring out how to do this now, and I've been here for, oh my goodness, it's November, like a year. I've been here for a year, pretty much. So hey, I don't even know when my 1-year anniversary was. I have to check that out. But I'm still figuring things out. It's gonna come with time. Have some patience. I say as I don't always have patience, but give it some time. As you go along, you will figure things out. So if you feel that your videos are not top quality right now, that is a-okay. It's gonna be like that for a bit of time. You know, make sure you have a camera. I use my phone camera because it does the job. I've thought about, you know, upgrading, but at the same time I don't, you know, want to spend money at the moment that I don't feel like I full on need to spend. So I have my phone, I have my computer, I have a microphone, I have a little bit of lighting there, in front of me and behind me. And honestly, I would say the biggest advice I would give you guys who are interested in starting an ASMR channel or creating ASMR content in general is make videos and store them when you're first starting. When I first started, as I said, I had 14 2 weeks of videos that I could not use. And it was because of technical difficulties, as they will happen. But I did have 14 videos that have never been uploaded. They were deleted because it didn't work out. But what I realized after making those 14 videos, whether they were uploaded or not, I was very, 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 very shy and kind of like awkward, because it feels very different. You have to get used to the sitting behind a camera, staring at a camera, that kind of thing. Getting to the nitty-gritty of it. Get comfortable with whispering into a microphone and finding your place of where you're going to record, finding out what works best for you, the height of your microphone, the lighting. And again, this is not going to happen on your first video. This would be on video like 100 where you're like, I think this is finally working out. But yeah, things like that. And I recommend storing up videos, and I'm not saying storing them to never post them. I was just in a fortunate situation, but I would say, store them so that way you don't feel like you're rushing, always trying to catch up on content, because it can become overwhelming when you're trying to blend it all into your everyday life. Some people do this as their full-time, job and things like that. That is amazing and awesome. But, most people aren't able to do so, or they, don't feel comfortable doing so, whatever it is. So definitely I would say store up some content. I usually post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and that's because I feel it's the easiest schedule for me at the moment. So ideally, with 14 weeks of videos, I would have had, a good amount of content before I were to have to post if I wanted to wait. But it gives you time to really, settle in and figure things out. And I would say it gives you time to schedule those videos and gives you time to figure out what you want to do next. Am I going to start doing green screen videos? Am I just going to keep doing this? Utilize that time with the pre-made videos that you have that you can easily schedule on YouTube and go from there. Also, I would definitely recommend figuring out some kind of a schedule. Not saying that you directly have to have one, because I know some people are like, oh, I post, 2 times a week or 3 times a week, and it doesn't matter the day, they just post, which is perfectly fine. I know for me, Monday, Wednesday, Friday works best. I could always record on the weekends. I can record the day of, and I can edit in between if I need to. So that's kind of why I have that schedule at the moment. If time allows, I, would love to do like Monday through Friday, but sometimes that can be a lot. So I try to stick, with something that I know I can, stick with, I guess you could say. I recommend that you would do the same. Whether that's when you're first starting off posting once a week, or posting, 2 times a week, but just kind of staying consistent for yourself to get used to it, and for your subscribers and those who want to stick around and watch you. Because you start to expect certain things at certain times, So, if you want to start getting into it, you could post like once a week on like Wednesday at whatever time works best for you, of course. But, kind of try to stick with that. Things like that I would recommend. I'm trying to think of anything else. I would recommend, if you are using a audio software, learn the basics of what clipping is, distortion, gain, volume, binaural. Like, I would say learn all of those terms. Watch some YouTube videos on what they mean and like how it works, because it's definitely an audio based thing. ASMR is all auditory aside from visuals, but like it's predominantly auditory, and those things are important when you're recording, because if something is clipping in your audio, that's not gonna sound good on the ears. If something's distorted, it'll probably sound a little, what they call, crunchy on the ears, too loud, things like that. So definitely like dive a little into the audio world and there. Nothing, doesn't have to be too crazy, but learn the importance of, certain audio techniques or audio editing that would be used for anything to do with any type of audio, because that is very important, especially when it comes to ASMR and people are trying to like fall asleep and listen to what you are saying, recording, or doing. As for anything else, figure out what time of the day is best for you to record. Just because, during the day it can get noisy, but sometimes, sometimes it can be very quiet during the day and noisy at night. So, really depends. And again, give it time. Utilize your patience, because it will come all with time. Your videos, you're gonna watch them and you're gonna come back to them and say, wow, my videos are way different than they were a year ago. And 10 out of 10 times, that's a good thing. So that is a good chunk of advice that I can give to you if you are starting an ASMR channel. I'm sure I can think of a good amount of more things, but that can be for another time or something. I don't know. But yeah, those are my key main like things that I would say keep in mind, and listen to all of those things, because after being on here for a year, I'm still growing, I'm still learning. But those are some things that when I first started, looking back on it, even though I'm saying, oh man, I lost 14 videos that I was hoping to have out there, those 14 videos were basically like practice. If you're not fully comfortable yet, being in front of a camera, talking into a microphone, you might feel shy, you might feel a little awkward, you might feel a little weird. Go ahead and do some practice runs. 5-10 minutes. Turn on your camera, turn on your microphone, and just practice. Get used to it a little bit. Because the more comfortable you are behind the camera, the more it'll show that you are comfortable, and you make the other person or whoever is watching feel comfortable as well. So definitely go ahead and do that. And honestly, last piece of advice at the moment, most important, be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. And I say that because when you first start, sometimes it can feel like, oh my gosh, like there's so many ASMRists out there, and they're so professional looking, and like so nervous to do this. So I'm gonna try to be like that kind of like professional, ASMR kind of vibe, and just, make my channel look a certain type of way. But that will fall into place as you be yourself, because I feel like each YouTube channel in general, but especially for like, ASMR content creation, I should say more so content creation, because that could go for anything. I would say it is most important to be yourself, because it forms a connection with whoever is watching, different than if you were to just be like, let me grab a remote. Yeah, here's a remote. I don't know, is that like explaining it? But if I'm like, so here's my favorite remote, it's just like it adds a different kind of connection to you and the viewer, so just be yourself, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. I've noticed for myself, I've gravitated more towards the ASMRists who are more themselves, and like they show themselves through their videos. For example, when I mentioned Batala earlier, I was like, her videos got me rolling. Like, that's one of the reasons why, but yeah, so that is all the advice I'll give you for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did. I really enjoyed it. I would love to do something like this similar again. And before I end the video, of course, I just want to say again, thank you so much for watching, of course. And thank you so much to Celestial Darkness for tagging me. Thank you. I am so thankful for that. Thank you. Thank you so much for tagging me in this video, or in your video. And I'll go ahead and announce my tags as well. So I have a little bit of a variety. I have a little bit of a variety of ASMRists that I am going to tag in my video. So I have I think there's about like 6. So those who I'm gonna tag are, I wrote them down. Marine Moon ASMR, Abso ASMR, Katia ASMR, Quinns ASMR, and I also have Michaela ASMR, and of course Very Shar ASMR. These are all ASMR channels that I watched. I have checked them out, and that they have showed support on my channel. So go ahead and check them out, because each and every one of them deserves some love to their ASMR channel. And again, thank you for tagging me. This was pretty fun. Although next time I do this, I will have a bottle of water. I'm a little parched. Thank you everybody for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like, I can always do a Q and A in another video, for ASMR related stuff, or if you want to get to know me a little better, nothing too personal though.